time, sir?
Yeah, just to be consistent with my position I took last week, but my concern is more with the process. But originally we put $5 million into the VIDA project, and we targeted a particular population, and we had none of that money went to the hospitality industry, and I think appropriately we did the right thing in doing that, and it turned out well. But my big concern at that time, and I expressed it very clearly to Dan Baldwin, who was putting the project together, that paying $25 plus benefits to a project like this, I just didn't see there would be the impetus for it to ever go away. That was $10 over the minimum wage. I expressed my concern. He said it would not, assured us that it would not be continued after the money ran out. I walked out of there and I told my staff, I said, I think we've created a permanent program. I just don't see this going away. And now, this time later, we still have 50 workers remaining, and as far as I'm concerned, we've increased the county's workforce by 35 or 40 or 45 people on a permanent basis. And that may be right. Maybe we should, maybe we can find the funding to do that. But when you increase the county workforce and you do it through the back door, it bothers me. And I went back and looked, and my suggestion at the time was, well, start the wages at $17 in benefits. That's $2 over the minimum wage. Don't start it at 25, and obviously that voice didn't get heard. But if you'd taken a look at that and you took you look, sometimes we had 145 people working, sometimes 85, so you average it at 100 workers working full-time, 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year. You come to 1.6 million that we could have used towards continue the program and winding it down. So those are my concerns and the reason I will not support the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Supervisor Phillips. Is there any member of the board that wishes to make comments?
Madam Chair, I'd like to share a different perspective. I know my colleagues, Brother Phillips and I, disagree on this, but I think if we have a successful program that hasn't remained the same, it actually has been downsized last June and last September to where it is today, and considering that we just came over a surge, and we've had over, I think, 127 deaths since the end of October, 127 deaths of our residents, people that we love and we care about, that for every person that the VIDA workers have helped get tested and get vaccinated, and every life that they have helped us save of our residents, it's worth every dollar. And I think it's always, it's difficult for me to hear that we think that people who are doing this kind of health prevention work and intervention work, helping our most needy, that somehow they deserve a lower wage, that they don't deserve the $25. Doing this kind of work deserves, I think it's right size. It shouldn't be at $2 above minimum wage. I just strongly disagree with that. When they have helped so many of my constituents, but we have gone above and beyond what we've asked them to do, and the fact that we don't have more deaths and that we haven't had more people hospitalized, I think it's a testament to the work that VIDA has done. So I was going to speak, but I just have to share a different perspective, because I think that when we see that there might be other potential opportunities with new state programs coming online in the next few months, and considering where we're at, and that we just got all the news reports that we might have that BA2 virus upswing that's spreading really fast right now. We're not out of the woods yet. We do need these programs to help us continue to target and deploy resources where they're needed the most, and especially when it comes to having trusted messengers and the education component. We're going to continue to need them when we know the next surge is just around the corner here in our county and under our country.
Thank you very much, Supervisor.
I got a brief comment on a real big detail, but it's one that's important for me. I know last time we went through this, there was a big prepayment, and I don't see that in this contract. And I just wanted to make sure that that's clear as part of the intent. There will be no large prepayment this time of startup money since we did that last time. Now we're on the billing cycle every 30 days, and I know that that's been an issue I'm hearing about again. But I think appropriately, the contract is written needs to be honored. So with that, I will be supporting the motion.
Thank you very much, and I see that we have one hand raised from the public. Cesar Lara, would like to make your comments?
Yeah, good afternoon, members of the Board of Supervisors. Cesar Lara with the Monterey Bay Central Labor Council. And just to the comments said earlier, I think as a county board system, we should try and be raising the standard of living in our community. And MIT did a study across the nation, but in particular for Monterey County to have a livable wage with one child, it's $40 an hour. And so where it's at now, I think that it's good where it's being proposed, and we should be fighting to lift up standards and not lower them. So definitely shocked by some comments made by the board, but understand that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lara. Okay, I think with that, I'm...
Sorry, I just have a brief comment. I just have to say,
Yes.
you know, we're sitting in this room, COVID precautions have been lifted. The pandemic isn't over just because we want the pandemic to be over. And I challenge anyone in this room or watching to live and support a family making $25 an hour. I think the VIDA program has been one of the most wildly successful programs that this board and this county has engaged in. And the VIDA workers that I've seen work harder than anyone else in our community. They're, as Supervisor Orlando said, literally saving lives of my residents, providing life-saving resources, information, supplies, food, housing, and I am pleased that we're moving forward and just want to be really clear about the expectations that I have as a board to support our working families and individuals here in Monterey County.
Thank you. And before I take it to vote, I just want to say that in my own area, I'm very pleased looking at the statistics that we've seen with the African American and Black population having such a high number of people who have not been vaccinated. I was reassured that the VIDA program will be focusing on that population to ensure that we'll be able to have a real effort to reach out to ensure that that part of our population is covered as well.
Supervisor Alejo?
Aye.
Supervisor Phillips?
No.
Supervisor Lopez?
Aye.
Supervisor Lukascu?
Aye.
And Chair Supervisor Adams?
Aye. Thank you very much.